Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. And while you're at it, hit that like button. It would really help out. Now, back to the lesson. Hey friends, it's Mike here, Guitar Tricks. Gonna do a lick of the day in this video. And this one is a blues turnaround lick, or a bluesy rock turnaround lick. Actually, you can get some good speed on this and use it in a rock context. But it's meant to be played off the turnaround in a 12-bar blues form, which would be somewhere in the last 4 bars. Okay, so when I played it off the top of the video with a little bit of a playthrough, I chose the key of A to play this in. So the last 4 bars of a 12-bar blues start on the 5 chord, which would be an E chord. So I just have a standard blues rock rhythm right here. Moving that for a bar down to the 4 chord, which would be D. And then it would go back to the 1 chord, which in this case would be A. And that's where I insert this lick. And there's a bit of a pickup to the lick. Okay, I'm going to start by grabbing the A note, 2nd fret of the G string, and then pick it and slide it up to land on the 6th fret of the G string. And that's going from an A note to a C sharp note, which is the major 3rd. So we're kind of outlining going back to what would be an A7 tonality here. Now there's a little bit of a pickup there because I'm going to do this just an 8th note before hitting the downbeat of the 3rd bar in the turnaround, which comes back to the 1 chord. So I'm going to time that slide so that I end up at the 6th fret of the G string right on the downbeat of that 3rd bar. Next, from that note, I'm going to bar down at the 5th fret of the B and then high E string and pick each of those. Okay. Then I'm going to pull off 8th fret to 5th fret on the B string, pulling off and landing on 7 on the G string. Okay, from there, I'm going to do 8th fret of the B, going to 7 on the G, back to 5 on the B, and that's all picked. Next one is all pull-offs on the G string, outlining the blues scale. So 8 pulling off to 7, pulling off to 5 on the G string, and that's just one pick to start it off. Okay. And that's going to be a bit of a triplet pulled in there. Okay, and then we're going to end off on the 7th fret of the D string, and then do a similar picking type part of the lick that we did on a different string set earlier. 7 on the G, going to 7 on the D, back to 5 on the G. Okay. All right, so the last part of this lick is a pull-off, 7 to 5 on the D string. And then you're going to grab a chord right after that, which is known as the Hendrix chord. It's an E7 sharp 9. I've got the 7th fret of the A string, 6th fret of the D, 7th fret of the G string, and 8th fret of the B string. Okay, so that's a great substitution chord for an E7 or an E9, some sort of a dominant chord there. In this case, the 5 chord. And the E7 sharp 9 gives it that Hendrixy kind of different color. So putting it all together and playing this lick slow. All right, a little bit up to speed, sounds like this. So what's really cool is you end up on that E chord at the end, just like a traditional turnaround blues would, right? If we just sort of played kind of those last 2 bars of a 12-bar blues, we would end up hitting that chord. So this is a great lick to put into a blues rock turnaround. As with all the licks that I teach on the channel here, I encourage you to play it up and down the neck in different keys. Also experiment with the scales you're using, experiment with some different finishing notes, or just adding in a few little variations to try and turn this one lick into a bunch of licks. What other tips would you like to see here on this channel? Please leave a comment and let me know. And be sure to check out guitartricks.com for more in-depth, step-by-step lessons. Hope you have fun with it, and we'll see you on the next one.